Greetings, curious souls. Tonight, you've chosen to step into the shadows with me. If you clicked on this video, it means you crave what most would fear, a story, both chilling and irresistible. So settle in, dim the lights, and prepare yourself for a tale that might just follow you into your dreams. Let me tell you the story of Bastien, and the door he should have never opened. Bastien grew up in a big house, one of those old houses that groan at night, where the air feels colder for no reason and the walls seem to lean in when you're not looking. It was a good life. His parents had money. He and his brothers and sisters never lacked anything. Big rooms, endless hallways, a huge backyard. It was the kind of place you're supposed to feel safe in. But there was one rule in that house. After midnight, you do not open the basement door. No matter what you hear, no matter what happens, never open it. The basement itself was enough to make you obey. Even in broad daylight, Bastien hated going down there. The air was damp and freezing, the stairs creaked under your feet, and no matter how many lights you turned on, the corners stayed too dark. The place smelled like wet stone and old wood. Something about it made the hair on the back of your neck stand up. As a kid, he didn't ask questions. He didn't want answers. As long as the door stayed closed, everything was fine. But then came that night. Bastien was around 13, maybe 14. His parents had gone out, and he was left to babysit his younger siblings. The house was quiet. Everyone was asleep upstairs. He was half watching TV in the living room, trying not to fall asleep himself. That's when he heard it. Not the TV, not the wind outside. A voice, low, muffled, coming from the basement door. He froze, checked the clock, 12:10 a.m. The voice wasn't clear, just a murmur like someone whispering through a thick wall. He couldn't make out the words, but the tone made his skin crawl. He remembered the rule, every warning, every look in his parents' eyes when they told him. He ran, straight to his room, slammed the door, pulled the covers over his head like he was 5 years old again. And somehow, he slept. Life moved on. He grew older, started telling the story to his friends, laughing about it like it was just some creepy family superstition. Until one night, his friends dared him. They dared him to open the door after midnight. At first, Bastien said no, but the pressure, the laughter, it wore him down. And deep down, part of him needed to know. So they waited. Midnight passed. The house was silent except for their nervous breathing. Bastien put his hand on the doorknob. It was ice cold. He turned it. The door creaked open, and there it was. Nothing. Just a black hole of darkness where the stairs should have been. They shined their phones into the void, but the light didn't seem to reach anything. It was like shining a flashlight into smoke. One of his friends grabbed a tennis ball lying nearby and tossed it down the stairs. They heard it bounce once, twice, then silence. They waited, and then they heard it. Creak, a footstep, heavy, slow, creak, another. Coming up the stairs, nobody moved, nobody spoke. The air felt thick enough to choke on, and then the voice, soft or ragged, calling out, clear as day.
Bastien!
Dragging out his name, almost tasting it. Panic hit them like a wave. They slammed the door shut, locked it without thinking, and ran, not stopping until they were back in the living room, hearts hammering, eyes wide. Nobody stayed at Bastien's house that night. Nobody even spoke about it. The next day, Bastien told his parents, and the look they gave him, it wasn't anger, it was fear, real fear. 2 weeks later, the family moved. No discussion, no explanations, just packed up and left the house behind. Bastien never found out the truth, but sometimes, late at night, when he's lying in bed, half awake, he hears it again, that voice, low, persistent, calling his name from somewhere he can't see. Bastien. And if he listens long enough, if he lets the silence stretch too thin, he hears the footsteps too, heavy, slow, creaking closer, because some doors, even if you close them, stay open. Thank you for stepping into the shadows with me tonight. If you enjoyed the story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. New story here every day. Good night.